It's gonna go live to 3 places. You guys send me your we live, baby. We is I can see your blue screen ain't working out right, but we live anyway. We trying to figure it out. So
Yeah.
you gotta you gotta send me your destination, but we'll do that off after we get the what's the name.
All right.
What's up, man? How you
Nothing
doing, brother?
much, man. Trying to get my background together. There we go.
There you
The
go.
people
Yeah.
don't know I literally be in the dungeon in the closet. I had
Yeah.
some background music. Negroes gon' nig if you let them.
Oh yeah, let it rock for a hot second, yo. That's your joint right there, right? Hold on.
You ready?
Hey, go ahead.
If you let them, if they all up. Let me go to the beginning.
My G, let me tell you what happened to me today. Man, I went in the studio, was supposed to have been there 2 hours. Dre had me in there 6 hours. I tell you, niggas gon' nig if you let them. Niggas gon' nig if you let them. I see you let them. Seen red flags when you met them. Knew you shouldn't have fed them. Cause niggas gon' nig if you let them. If they all about jacking, then you might have to dead them. Vet them. Yup. Research and vet them. After you set them.
Yeah. That's the new Charlie Hustle. It ain't really new. That's the new Charlie Hustle. That's a theme song for a show coming soon. We stepping it all the way up. I done put some money behind this and everything. So I'm gonna start asking for donations, man. Donate to the let me see what's my cash at, man. We stepping it up. I mean, it's part of the process, baby.
Yeah.
We gotta step it up. So what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thanks to everybody that is watching this live and that's gonna watch it in the future. Thanks for tuning in. I know y'all could be any place else, but you're here with us, and I do not take that lightly. I got my co-host here, Charlie Hustle.
What's up, y'all?
Bishop Bingham, aka Bishop Bingham, for the show. I am the Travius Bethia, aka Trave, aka
Deacon.
aka what else I got? I got a whole bunch of AKAs, but
we got Bishop, Pastor IU, Deacon Detravius. We got the whole church.
You got the whole church. Let the church say amen. So all right, we starting off with sponsors too, man. So this week we sponsoring ourselves right now till y'all give us some bread. So Charlie Hustle is go get his book. It's the link is in the description. You put it up, brother. The death of Mr. Good Game. Shout out to Corey.
Yeah, I can't wait till Corey finish reading it. Shout out to Corey for real. I appreciate the support and the love, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good brother, man. He always support, man. That's one, like, we disagree because we in a group chat. We disagree a lot with philosophies and all that type of stuff. But he always is it's a couple people that always show support, and we don't take that lightly, man.
Nah.
So I'm about to put my cash up because, like I said, we put money behind this thing now, bro. We need editors and all that stuff. Editors, holla at me. We need people that's gonna do the what you call it, the multimedia marketing, because I don't have the time. Charlie Hustle don't have the time, so we need help, man. So
we might get some special guests on the show. Shout out to, is it author Nadine Jasmine? Oh yeah. King Bingham. Cash App $, King Bingham.
That's yours. Hold on. So I'm gonna put it up. Hold on. I'm gonna edit that joint, yo. Cash App.
Is sis here? That's your sister?
Who?
Author Nadine Jasmine.
Yeah, that's my homie. That's a client, my sister, everything. What's yours, King Bingham?
Yeah, King Bingham.
Yeah. We gonna save it, yo. All right, so let's get into the show, man. I'm promoting. There you go. So I'm sponsoring this show too. So I got an ebook that's out there that's for the credit report. It's in the link for you to get it. If you stick around to the end, or you go to the middle, I might drop a discount code too. But you won't have to stay focused, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's good game right there, brother.
That's a good game, brother. I'm stepping the game all the way up, yo. I'm stepping the game all the way up. Like I said, we don't put money behind it, so we got to start asking for the money right now, man, to keep the show going. But what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm blessed as usual, man. It's a mindset. What about you?
I'm always good. I ain't gonna say always because I'm human. We go through the ups and downs, but
it's a mindset.
It's a mindset. Like I look at every day as a lot of people don't make it to see this day, man. Yeah. Somebody I knew this week just passed, man, and they were young too. So R.I.P. to LaKara. I think her last name was Jones. Yeah, man, she was younger than me. She went to school with my cousin. It was like my brother. And this is crazy, man. You just never know, man. So I'm always thankful for another day, another chance to do this, man. But it's just to try it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's real.
Yeah. So let's get into it, man. So when I hit you, I was like, yeah.
We get the credit. Shout out to you, man. I just want to say you inspired me.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh man, thank you, brother. I'm about to, you know what I mean? Hold on, I'm about to cry, yo. You inspire me too.
We ain't getting to the black man love topic first, but shout out to you, and I'm gonna tell you why. Your Nipsey behind you is dope, and I see you a lot now because we right here, and you always in your office on Saturdays, man. So I had to go get me a Nipsey, but you were an inspiration, brother. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Ron Jones, who hooked me up with the artist. So that's a print. Yeah. I told him I can't afford the original joint yet. So I'm gonna get the original joint and get it. And I just moved offices actually today. So I started moving yesterday. So I moved up. I'm in the window office. That's why my background ain't fully stepped up yet. But it's gonna get there.
Good, brother. We gotta crawl before we walk. And I got an artist too for you. Q Mubarak 06 on Instagram, man. I was out in LA with Jai like a couple weeks ago or last week at like this little fair and saw Nipsey and just had to stop. Turned out Jai's pops knew the guy, and he shipped it right on time. So Q Mubarak 06 is good people's.
Okay, let's get into it, man. So this week, So for people that don't know, like this show is a continuation from each show should be able to exist on its own, but we always build on topics that we talked about in the last show on a new episode. So you brought up something crucial in the last episode. We've been bringing it up quite often. It was this notion of credit, man. And then when I hit you for pre-show during the week, I said, "Yo, bro, do you comfortable talking about credit?" And he was like, Yeah, I'm comfortable. So let's get into it, man. So one, I forgot the comment you said because I got a different perspective on credit than I think most people. That's me though. I always got some different perspective and some hot take if you believe it's a hot take. But yeah, man. So credit. So what people that don't know, credit is you have a FICO score, right? And it comes from the three major organizations, but it's mad organizations that give them out now. But it's TransUnion, Experian, and what's the other one? Equifax. They give you a credit score. And that credit score nowadays, it dictates your interest rate, but it's based on your credit history. So your credit history is how long you had credit. Do you pay your bills on time? What's the balances between your credit? Your credit card limits, and it's a whole bunch of factors that those are the major ones. And like there's no they haven't revealed a secret sauce per se to how they come up with your FICO score. Regardless of what people telling you, they don't know for sure. That joint like the Coke recipe. Nobody knows for sure what all the factors that go into nobody outside of the company that needs to know knows what factors that come on that goes into your FICO score. So, what's up, Tawana? She said, good pick. I'll be calling her Cuzzo. What's up, Cuzzo? So, we're gonna say the comments for the end, but y'all can comment and we'll jump in as they are relevant. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Now and at the end, those that are out there and paying attention, put some topics that you want me and Detravius to talk about in the chat. You could do that throughout, and we'll make that announcement at the end.
Yeah, or text this number with suggestions. I'm trying to get my that's my
Don't text me.
That's my work text. So you know what I'm saying? Like I will check that. I ain't gonna he said don't check me. Because I would check that. I might not, the thing is I may not come back to watch this live and then read the comments like I should, but I definitely will read the text. You know what I'm saying? But you could comment, we'll figure it out. We learn
that's
on the fly.
What you got a good co-host for. I'll copy and paste in the document. We'll have it. Credit. Yeah. So I'm old school. My take may be a little bit different as well.
So I ain't even give you my take yet. I'm just giving you the history. But go ahead. You old school with it. Go ahead.
I am. I'm old school with it. I don't like credit because I like to.
I wasn't expecting to hear that. Okay.
Yeah. I got like this boss complex. And I'm calling it a complex because I know to some extent part of it is ignorant. I understand credit. I think credit is good if you want to build a business and use debt, because there's good ways to use debt. But for me personally, I like to, when I say I'm old school, my dad was raised in like Macomb, Mississippi, didn't finish. It's either 3rd grade or 6th grade. That was his education. And so he had to go out and be a man. And, you influenced by your parents. And, kind of his thought was, if you can't pay for it, you don't need it. And that's kind of, other than like a house or like large major purchases that you need to put on a credit, I see credit as another business. Because you're going to pay that interest typically with credit. Now, when you get, as you said, good FICO score, sometimes you can qualify for deals where you won't. But here's one thing I've learned. The companies ain't going to tell you what you qualify for and some of the benefits. Sometimes you got to make moves to let them know, look, I got too much money with you. You're not going to be taxing me. I had to do that with Bank of America. Got ready to pull all my money out. And they was because I was pissed about some late fees. And I got different accounts linked. I'm like, man, you clearly see the money sitting right here. Yeah. And you're gonna try to play me like that? Like, okay, I'm withdrawing all my money. Oh no, we have this platinum privileges. Let us tell you about this. Like, ain't that a something? Oh, it's time I had this money sitting in here. But that's corporate America. So my take is, be wise with your credit, because once it's messed up, it's hard to get it off. And I kind of talked about this on another show. And here, I think, the law says that when you mess up, they got to report that on your credit. When you kind of repair yourself, almost like when they send Jesse to jail, the credit companies ain't obligated to reach out and say, take that off this person credit. They good now. They've shown this. That stain may be there, and that impacts you for every transaction that you try to do on credit later, and you don't even know that it's there. So I don't like interest rates. I don't like paying nobody nothing extra. I'm very frugal. And so that's kind of, I'll stop there. That's my quick take. We didn't get complex and deep, but overall, if you can't pay for it, you probably don't need it. Leave it alone. Now, the house is an exception because you got to have somewhere to live. And if most Black people ain't walking around with $250 in the bank account that they could just buy a house outright. But so like cars, all of that, man.
So you buy your cars with cash? I
do.
Let me hold something, bro.
No, bro. Look, I told you I ain't got no cable. Who was that? Was that you clowning me? No, that was my guy clowning me because I do a couple of these now. I'm on Cricket Wireless, bro.
Yeah, you told me that before. I don't have cable either. I've cut the cord a long time ago. One, I don't watch enough TV, and I got all these streaming services, and so we had a streaming services. The family uses it way more than I do. Like I watch Forensic Files. Like that's my guilty pleasure. And I didn't finish, so we can't talk about it. I didn't finish Falcon joint, but I watched
how many you watch? How many episodes?
I'm on episode 4.
Oh, you good. You good. We can talk about that later. That's enough. I don't get the spoilers.
So I don't have cable either, but I definitely got bored of cricket though. I was telling you about the cricket joints.
That was you, okay? Yeah,
yeah. But the crazy thing about it is all of them. Like I forgot what year it happened, but most of those outside of Verizon and something else, like all of them on the same network.
Yeah.
So it don't even matter. Like it's all about marketing and perception now. Like the only thing cricket ain't gonna give you the latest phone, but if you don't need the latest phone, which none of us do, it's good money. You know what I'm saying? So my overall opinion is it's in line with yours. Mm-hmm. So what I see online, you know, we got this LLC Twitter and all these credit gurus online. So this is so my whole thing is like, before I keep your credit up as best as you can, but ask yourself if your credit is messed up right now, why it's messed up. And it's gonna be really one reason for most of us that's probably going to tune into this is you was living a lifestyle that you couldn't afford to begin with. Mm-hmm. So if you are living a lifestyle that you can't afford to begin with, you ain't gonna be able to make your credit payments. Like, and you live in a lifestyle you can't afford. I've done it, you know what I'm saying? And like I've had excellent credit. I had the Amex Platinum card at like 22. You know what I'm saying? So,
dang, bro, baller! Look, I'm 40 years old. Just got one, and my wife had to order that.
But I don't got it now, though. I don't got it now. I got jammed up in the credit crisis. I bought a crib in Baltimore, investment part in the mortgage crisis. Bought a crib in Baltimore, no money down, no doc loan. And then we was in law school 2007. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one of those things that, you know, things happen, but the what I do miss about it, I miss the benefits and like the status. You seen it before when you pull it out. People like, oh, you got the platinum joint. No, not knowing when I was in law school, I was broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had excellent credit though.
But that would have got you a couple pros though.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Run it out or drop it, you know, in front of them. I know you, the good old deacon. Yes, sir. Let me get that offering.
Let me get that offering up. But my overall thing is like, I think we have what I've seen online, and obviously online is not necessarily a reflection of the overall picture of what's going on in society, but it's a great beginning point, right? And what I see in our communities that we focus on credit, but we don't focus on like building up your passive income. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't focus on like doing the side hustle. Like, so like, for example, you say you buy your cars cash, right? So you say you need $10,000 in cash, right? Like how long is it going to take? Like people need to start thinking about, one, how long would it take me to get $10,000 of cash just to pay for this car, right? Because you put it on credit. Just say you got a 4-year, 3-year car note, whatever. Just say it comes to 15,000. Number simple, right? Like, so what? And this is broadly speaking, because there's ways to flip credit and all that. Right? We ain't gonna get that deep into it, right? So it's like, ask yourself, how long is it going to take you to make 15,000 at your job? Not gross. I'm talking about net. You know what I'm saying? And once you sign your name to that, that's what you're saying. You want to work at
your job. How can your side hustle your talents?
No, what I'm saying, we gonna get there.
What you need outside of your normal living income to go and get whatever that extra stuff is. That in this example, the car.
Yeah.
How long it's gonna take you to get it? What can you do for somebody else to add value? Enough value where they're gonna pay you, so you don't have to rely on credit.
Yeah. Now I was getting there. You stole my thunder though. So like, so like do that and then do your second part. So figure out how long it's going to take you to pay that at your job, right? Net salary, what you take home, how long it's going to take you. And then you should do, which I don't hear people saying, is how can you get that on a side hustle? You know what I'm saying? And I don't see the community doing that. And also it's like, I'm agreeing with you. It's only two things that you go, I would say go into depth for it on your everyday life. That's I do say three things, kind of, sort of. So I say a house, say education, and I do say a car. And the reason I say a car is because the weird, like, so if you got 10,000 to put down on the car, if they buy the car flat outright flat, you probably could put that 10,000 in the marketplace and pay, because you're in theory the market goes up like 8 to 10% every year. So your mortgage rate, your loan rate shouldn't be more than 8%. You know what I'm saying? If you got horrible credit, it might be.
Ooh, I'm cheap, because 8% just sounded like a whole lot of money to me. That's too close to 10.
Nah, what I'm saying is
down to zero.
Nah, what I'm saying is if you could put it in the market, right?
That's how much you're gonna get back.
Yeah. If you put it in the market, if you put it in the stock market, especially if you put it in, you had 10,000 in the stock market for the last 12 years, bro, and you just sat on it. No, you killed the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see them Instagram things like if you had put $10,000 in Tesla, let's say 10 years ago, like you said, or 5 years ago, like some of them people is millionaires now.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, except my thing is 2 out of the 3 you named is going to appreciate, so they kind of good investments. The education, you can never go wrong with educating yourself, and the home hopefully will appreciate. The car can help you get the stuff that's going, that's an investment too. And I understand, again, my perspective is unique, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, there's no right or wrong answer, but I don't think people talk about, like, in this Instagram and Twitter world, and everybody's an expert, because everybody became an expert in the pandemic, right? It's like these credit experts, and they charge you arm and a leg to get this stuff. They promise you stuff they can't even deliver when that credit report anyway, because everything that's legally on there is legally on there. You can't take it off. Like if it's a legal debt,
you can. When we had to study for the bar, we had to clear. That's where I learned, like, but if I paid this and it's been 2 years, you fully got paid off. Y'all sent me the letter because I asked for the letter. Why y'all ain't took this off my credit report? And
what I'm saying, if you owe something, you can't take it off.
Yeah. You just owe, Jesse.
Yeah. You just owe, Jesse.
Yeah. That's cool. Don't follow you wherever. Untrustworthy
you go.
person. Don't pay his debts. Untrustworthy person.
So the ebook is in the link. Go get it. Help you out. Save you some money. I think it's only like $11.99. I got it at. You know what I'm saying? Got some templates and all that in there. But going forward, man. So
before you move, this ain't mine, but
the richest man of Babylon.
We talk about this a lot. It's gonna tell you about them principles, because when we talk about credit, the one thing people don't talk about, and we kind of touched on this, both of us, is as you getting credit, how are you thinking? Ain't nobody thinking about how you gonna pay it off. Because as you said, it's not going anywhere. It's gonna be there. We don't go into using credit with the plan of, I'm gonna pay this off like this. I have bought a vehicle before, actually my latest vehicle, where that's
vehicle. Yo, you Southern for real, vehicle.
Well, I'm supposed to say a fast vehicle. That might have been the airplane T-Pain in me, because I know how to say vehicle. I don't know what it came off as, but the whole point was, okay, that's cool. That's the price. Then I'm gonna try to swipe it or whatever y'all little financing thing is. I don't want to do the financing. I wanted to do the swipe because I had it, but they wouldn't let me do the swipe. You had to go through this process. But the whole time I'm thinking, okay, I'll let y'all play with me for like maybe 2 months, 2 payments. Then we getting rid of this. You're not gonna hit me. No interest or none of that. Like, I know the game. Whenever that grace period, they say you get a grace period if you got, I guess, good credit, where no interest for the first whatever. Okay, cool. I'll use that just because. But in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking I gotta pay this off as soon as possible if I ultimately want to save my own money.
Gotcha.
What book did Charlie just hold up? That's The Richest Man in Babylon. Great book.
And the book, there's a link in the show notes where all our books that we recommend. We continue to update it every week. It's in that link. You can go click that link. It takes you to Amazon, all disclosure. but it's just the easiest way for me to keep track of versus me just putting it on. You know what I'm saying? You can just go to Amazon, click that joint. Even if you don't want to buy for Amazon, if you one of those people, you could just see what's in there, and you could go buy it wherever you want to buy it from. But yeah,
I gotta see this link. Where did look? I don't even. It sounds like you done stepped it up, brother. We got all kind of stuff in the.
That link been there since day one, bro. I told you that.
That's the one on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
That link been in
I'm glad you look at my brother. I'm proud of you. We gonna have to go to the Black Love section. But the richest man in Babylon for I think it's Chamira in the comments.
What's up, Chamira? What's up?
I love that book so much because it taught me how to deal with family members that's asking you for loans. And you know, they know the trick. Your family know your emotional triggers and the things that you know to get you to move. At least mine do. And because I got a sheep and a wolf in me. And the book talks about, you know, he gives the parable, but basically come down to when people asking you to borrow money, ask them for a business plan. How you gonna play it back? And this is the mentality that you need to have. Like, okay, either I'm giving you a gift and you asking for a gift, or you asking me for a loan. People are quick to ask for a loan. Only certain people will kind of ask you for an outright gift, like I need it. And once you say no once, it's very empowering, I must say. But that's why I like that book and recommend it for kind of finances, how to get your purse fact.
Yeah, nah, what's funny is that this is what I learned about family and friends, yo. You could do it every time you ask them, they could go for money or whatever. Every time they ask you for something and you do it, yo, they love you. The one time you say no, boy, yo, like you think, oh, you bougie now. I'm like, yo, bro, I done told you 1,000 times yes. This the one time I'm telling you no. Now I ain't shit. Oh, my bad. We in church, my bad.
Deacon. They gonna kick you out the church, sister. No, I feel the emotion though. I get it.
Yeah. They be like, yo, you be like, yo, bro, I done told you yes 5,000 times before this first no. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it is crazy that people think like that because everybody's self-centered. We all self-centered, but it's just like, man, bro, like they will cut you off because you said no one time after you done said yes 10 times. You know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, that's crazy.
They do you a favor. Okay.
They definitely do you a favor. Yeah.
When people show you who they are.
God believe them. God believe them.
Hilarious. she put facts. My sister owes me $1,200 to this day for a loan from 5 years ago. The funny thing is, I know the people. I got a cousin owe me 5 stacks. And you don't forget that stuff. And when people show you who they are, like that sticks with you. Like, yeah, nah, you ain't solid. You could seem like you solid to everybody else, but I know you ain't solid. And you know, at some point you gotta let that stuff go. But that's the book that taught me, okay, this is how you make sure you don't get played. It is a fair, judicious way. If you don't want to tell me how you're gonna pay me back, then don't use the word loan. Yeah. And don't use borrow either, because I need to know how you gonna hustle to get it so you could repay it. Because if you had it, you wouldn't be coming to me.
Yeah. Also, what I read this a long time ago. I read it or heard it somewhere. I don't know where I read it or heard it at this point because it's so long ago. It was the person said, "Do not let people borrow money." Period. He said, if you giving money out, just say that it's a gift. In your head, they can say that it's borrowed, but don't expect it back. So don't let people borrow money that you can't afford to lose, to never see again. So just look at it as a gift. If you choose, I mean, like I said, you don't have to tell them that you're viewing it as a gift, but if you give it to them, just know that, you know, it's a gift. If you get it back, good, cool. If not, then you're not mad. You know what I mean?
Yep. I think that's the richest man in Babylon too.
Yeah.
Because that's the same. Yeah. Somewhere I've seen the same thing. Like if you can't afford to give it as a gift, yeah, you probably don't need to be giving it. Because you got to protect your peace. And when people owe you money, they avoid you like the plague.
Yo.
You don't like that. That's going to mess with your inner peace.
I'm going to tell you what's worse to me, yo. I don't even care if you avoided me and you owe money, right? What bothers me the most, it used to, not no more, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is when you let somebody borrow money and then every time you see them, they got something fresh and new. I be like, yo, Jesse, did you sold my $200 when you went and got them Jordans, yo? Like, I don't even have those Jordans, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got my you sold my $200 when you got that Gucci belt. Like they be like, and they be new stuff. Like, yo, this joint is brand new. Still got the tags on. You know, when black people get stuff, sometimes they be keeping the tag on it. Like, bro, you walk around with the tag on it, tag say $1,200. Yo, you owe me $200. You ain't seen my $200.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got anything closing on the credit joint? Let me just tell other people, like, all right, so like, you know, protect your credit, but before you go getting, you know, the new car, you're gonna swipe that, whatever. One, can you pay for it in cash, right? Can you pay for it in cash? Do that. And then two, before you go into debt for something, like, ask yourself, what are you doing it for, yo? Because a lot of us be going into debt to impress people we don't even care about, yo. One, we don't care about them. We don't like them. We just want to stun on them. And I've been guilty of it. I'm still guilty of it. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? This is the church right now, right? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes I was like, I'm gonna buy this to stun on somebody. I haven't done it in a long time, but I do have the urge, like, yo, I should just go out and get the Ferrari, even though I got no Ferrari money, just so I can show these.
well,
yeah. So let me see if I go back to I closed out the room. So we just gonna talk about the Falcon joint, man. You want to talk about it? So it's gonna be spoiler alert. So if you listening or watching it and you don't want no spoiler alerts for the next conversation, the Falcon, and what's the whole title, official title?
And the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. What you think about it so far? You saw the whole thing, so don't tell me let's talk about the first 3 episodes.
I'm glad they made a black character. We was joking, like, I couldn't remember his name, like, didn't know who he was, but he was in like the Avengers and everything. He the one that fly around, but all we knew was he was black. We know Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman because they set him up. So they finally Disney set up a show where Anthony Mackie plays the black superhero. I guess from what I could tell, he was like good friends with Captain America back in the day. And when Captain America died, he gave him, the black man, his shield, which is, I don't know, Corey, you could give us the explanation in the comments, but his shield like got some magical powers or something, make you super dope or something. But, as the black man, he like, this belong in the museum. So he give it to the United States government in this show, and them just turn around and make a fake Captain America. They give it.
Yeah, they gave it to new Coke. He the new Coke dude, yo. He trash too. Like, he wasn't really. The thing is, he really wouldn't be that bad. Is if we didn't have the old Captain America. I guess that's the whole play on it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right, like he's trash.
He's a
watered down version.
He's water. The shield made of vibranium. You ain't know that, bro?
You acting like you knew now.
I knew that.
We couldn't even think of the dude's name. But that's that would make sense. That's what make the shield so dope. Is made out of vibranium from Wakanda. I did not know that storyline, but
it was in one of the movies.
So the white dude got his power from the black people who made him a shield.
Yeah, it was in the movies. This is one of the movies.
That's right, Corey. Technically, it's ours anyway.
So he had the they said it was made from vibranium in one of the I forgot which episode it was on, one of the movie joints. But okay. Yeah, homie been getting his check though. I don't know how much he get paid per movie, but he been in damn near every movie, and we don't know his name. Right. I still don't really know.
But here's the thing, and I don't know if I sent it to you. Maybe somebody that's watching saw it. But this dude is like an activist. Like Anthony Mackie, he actually went in on Disney as well. There's a video floating around. I should have sent it to you. where he's talking about this very same thing. Like, man, I did all of these movies. I appreciate them giving me the check, but it was well overdue. He was like, man, most of the time I'm walking around on set on these movies, I'm the only black person. There's not even black people working behind the camera. And then he was like, he talked about the distinction on Black Panther. He's like, wait, but all the crew was black on Black Panther. And, you know, he had to question Disney, like, wait, y'all was acting like it wasn't no black people out there, but is black people good enough? The black people are good enough to work on Black Panther, but they ain't good enough to work on all of the rest of the Marvel Avengers movies, because he had never seen none. So after Black Panther, that kind of changed the game for him. But he got a video out there where he talking about it, and I'm assuming he must have knocked on their door and was like, let me get my chips. And oh, by the way, it seemed like he had one of them bold hustle type conversations with Massa, like, yo, something got to change. They need to know my name now. So I love it.
Yeah, I think well, from the outside looking in, but Black Panther, they went all the way black with that. They had a black director, black writer, black producer. So that might have had
whole
a lot.
Crew. That's what he talks about. Like, wait, you got another movie where everybody black, but then y'all ain't never had no black all this time I've been working for y'all. Like, don't tell me they ain't out there, because now we know. Go get all the people from Black Panther. Some of them people could work on these shows. So he spoke up, man. He apparently got some cojones. I like it.
Yeah, see, Corey said, I think one of the best aspects of the story is Isaiah Bradley in the show. I don't even know who that is. What character is that?
This ain't a spoiler. That was the black, and that's the irony, like the storyline of it. So there was like basically another black man who had the same powers.
The
angry black man, old angry black man. He it'll never be a black Captain America. You know what they did to me? They locked me up for 30 years and tested me. So that's kind of like Anthony Mackie.
It's funny. Like when I was in DC, when I was living in DC off of U Street, was it U Street? There used to be this the old man reminded me of this dude. It was this dude that had a shoe repair shop, and he was off of U Street. So you know when we was there, everything had
the soul food place.
It was across the street from. Is that U Street?
I think I know. If you're talking about somebody to repair shoes, I think I know who you're talking about. He's there too.
He's an old black dude, right? He's like he's literally like 100 years old. He was literally like 95, 100 years old. Yo, So I went in there one day, like, yo, because I used to get my shoes repaired there. So I, after the first time I went there every time. So I was like, yo, like I want to repair. So I sent him my shoes, and he ain't give me no receipt. So I said, yo, you ain't gonna give me no receipt. So he gave me the receipt, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So he started talking. He's like, yeah. He's like, these crackers trying to get me to move. I ain't going nowhere. I've been here for 50 years. I done survived the riots and everything. I was like, how old are you? He was like, I'm 95 years old. I'm still kicking. I ain't going no damn place. He was super mad. Yo, I came back the next time, right? So I realized, like, yo, people they just leaving him alone because he's the old black man from DC, right? That's been there forever. I came back the second time to pick my shoes up. So I'm like, all right, I gave him my ticket. He looked at the shoes. He looked at the inside. He was like, yo, which one is your shoes?
Because same spot.
Yeah, it's the same spot. This joke ain't had no. He ain't put the receipt in there. Nothing. He's like, yo, just pick which ones out of yours. I said, yo, I could have picked anyone out, but I picked out my shoes, obviously. But it was crazy. But that dude remind me of him.
Yeah. No, which I mean, after so much abuse, if you don't protect your mental health and kind of shape your mindset, you could become bitter. It's like, we talked about Baldwin and all his writings, man, and you are what you think. And if you're constantly thinking about how racism has kept you down, that's going to be the mindset you in. We all know it exists and it's terrible. But I think we got to shift our mindset to, okay, if they always gentrifying neighborhoods, what we going to do to counter that or come up with it? My thing is, why don't you live with your people? Even if they tearing it up around you, you know eventually they coming back because that's gonna be cheap. So you be like, I want to be the 95-year-old. Like, yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna leave this for my kids. They gonna be millionaires. Yeah, look around. Y'all done came back, but I've been here since it started.
Yeah. I think I tuned into what you with Pastor IU, man. Shout out to Pastor IU. It looked like he's doing a lot better. I tried. So when y'all sent it to me, at 5 o'clock, I'll be in transit. So it's hard for me to hop on. But I was like, yo, I got something to talk to y'all about. And y'all gotta be careful. So what I saw was y'all talking about black folks stepping up for Asians. And IU was getting into he was getting into his more stuff, like, you know, we the superior race and all that type of stuff. But and I didn't obviously I didn't have a chance to call in or whatever or join the call. But I was like, we could talk about this on the show. Like, we have to be careful. We as in black people have to be careful when we're talking about oppression and supremacy, like fighting against white supremacy by with our words, because words mean something, and the mentality that we're not strengthening white supremacy at the same time we're talking about it.
I knew you was going there, and we got another book, How to Be an Anti-Racist, because he talks about that too. Where you know I think we talked about this last week. Like, his major argument is actually black people can be racist. We like to think
I've been telling y'all that for years. I've been telling y'all that for. I done got ostracized for that, for telling y'all that at the hustle, yo.
I can admit I've had some growth, because I was one of them in the camp, like, yeah, we ain't got no power, we can't be racist. But
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, go ahead. He has changed the perspective, and I'm like, well, yeah, you actually was racist against your own people, and you had some power, and you used it against your own people to further the man's goals. So actually, black people can be racist, and we can have power. And if you think about it, matter of fact, a lot of people that went to the hustle was racist.
Super racist.
Me and Pastor IU talked about this yesterday. Like, I remember I was like basically looked at like a little country bumpkin or something, and somebody that wasn't intelligent, because I had spent time in Jackson, Mississippi, and Baltimore, Maryland, so the accent was crazy. We all know Baltimore got their own young and all of the stuff that they say, just like maybe Philly got theirs and Jersey maybe have theirs. But I don't know if you remember, but first year, you know, me and Monica kicked it because we was like the Mississippi people, and we was considered country or whatever. And after the first year, they send around this private invitation to those who like in the top of the class, if you want to write on the journal. And I remember
I didn't get that invitation, folks.
IU was in there. Evandro was in there, and I think Marcus Johnson was in there too. Jack Pitts, a couple of them, but really the people that didn't belong, or at least they thought, was me, Vandro, and IU. And somebody was like, yo, we having a private meeting in here, to me, like, Negro get out. And I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be here. And the look on the face just dropped, like, this must be some type of error. And that let me know, like, yeah, you racist.
I could probably narrow that down, because there's only certain people that was invited to that meeting. But we ain't gonna put y'all on blast. But I know who you are. Trust me, the old trade would have said your name, but I'm a deacon now.
I'm ordained.
Yeah, I'm ordained.
We love the Lord, y'all. What's our topics? Okay, I took us off.
So that's a good. So what I was going to say is that where I was going to you know, just put you on order, but you already on that thing, on that path, right? The frequencies and what you thinking, and just our audience is that, like, sometimes when our reaction to white supremacy strengthens white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Is it's rooted in the white supremacy. And what stood out from the little bit that I saw was like they went to like the Asian support, right? And it was like, yo, they don't support us, why should we support them? They don't say nothing. So I get the frustration of that, But the flip side of it is
that's what they want.
Exactly. Like we have to be. We don't have to do what everybody else is doing if we consider it negative. We're gonna be to take the moral position like, yo, we support y'all when y'all don't support us, and we still supporting y'all. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like, yo, let's stop supporting them because they never support us. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that's our divine calling? Like, you know, we talk about religion and all that type of stuff. What if there's a divine calling as quote unquote black people? I'm using that as because it's really no black people. Yeah, general. Like, what if our ordained calling is to be the Jesus of the human race? You know what I'm saying? Because
I touched on that. We went through the worst of the worst. So one thing that's kind of bred in us is empathy. Mm-hmm. Like, you only getting a taste of what we've had, but we can empathize with you. You don't like this mess, do you? It don't feel good when it feel like your population being attacked. Now imagine for 100 years. And to your point, I agree with you. And we eventually got there. But Pastor Ayu came with the fire. He came with the DMX in the beginning. I'm like, whoa, I know your show can't get canceled, Pastor Ayu, because you do your own thing. But think about what you're saying. Like, we want everybody to win. And that's because we got empathy with whoever is losing, because we've been losing for a long time, and we know we shouldn't be losing. It's not all on us. So I'm glad you brought that up. And for those people who don't know, it was the Dr. Umar Johnson video that we talked about that kind of brought it up. And DeTravius hit it on the head. Umar took the opposite stance. Like, they did all of this for Asians real quickly, even though we've been suffering for years and can't get nothing. I think the Anti-Asian Act, or Stop the Anti-Asian Hate Act, whatever the name of it is, passed through Congress like 97-1. Even the Republicans got on board, and Umar was talking about that, and he's like, he want Asians to the speaking in general, the white people want the Asians to feel like they closer to white and they ready to assimilate. So they'll give them that so that they could always work together as allies to keep black people down. That was Dr. Umar's perspective. And exactly what DeTravius is saying is that ain't nothing but divide and conquer. That's actually what they want. That's the focusing on racism, and you furthering racism by speaking about what you're doing. And Jason Moody was like, we didn't get a lynching bill passed. That's exactly what Dr. Umar was saying. Like, we've been suffering for years. Why is it so hard for us? But you can't we got to keep fighting. What DeTravius, I think what you saying, and you keep me honest, is if you just focus on what we not getting and say, well, we ain't going to support them no more, that is actually furthering white supremacy. Yeah,
absolutely. And Jason Moody, that's my homie. That's that I knew him third. I talked about him. Oh, you the one say he look like he got a good family. He had the suit on.
Did I say that?
Yeah, he a pastor for real. He ain't just for the show.
He wasn't ordained by the streets.
Nah, he wasn't ordained by the streets. Nah, not at all. So that's exactly what I'm saying. And I'm saying we just gotta be careful with what we're saying. Like, so even like little stuff like saying like, I don't know if people still saying this, but like, that's ghetto. Like, really, when you saying that's ghetto, you're really saying that's black. You know what I'm saying? Or when you like,
you sure you ain't read How to Be an Anti-Racist?
Nah, not yet. Nah,
you ain't read the biggest books.
You know, I was about to say, I was a pastor. You know, I was a professor, bruh.
I mean, you ain't read, because I mean, that's exactly, he got a whole chapter on that about how the whole term ghetto is exactly what you said. Okay, yeah, no, you right in line with him.
And you know, I was a professor, bruh. You know what I'm saying? For 6 years, brother. I do my thing out here in these streets. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm sorry.
And you know, I've read and wrote thousands of pages, brother. You know, I'm not that, you know what I'm saying, you know, although I'm not as polished as, you know, certain people would like. Maybe you don't think I should be in that room talking about these things, but
let me know that you learn it.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying is, brother. I still talk like, you know, I'm not all the way Obama with it, but you know, So what I was saying is,
Moody, so he could see how to be.
Yeah, Pastor Moody. There it is. But I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna add it to the book note. So
I think it's on the list.
It's on the list already. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I going with that though?
You were saying I'm supposed to be in the yes, brother. I'm very learned. I was a professor. We talked about you.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do introductions because we just talking randomly. These people don't really. We talked about we was gonna do that because the trivia surprises me each week. Like, yeah, you know, I was Al Sharpton's intern back in '83. Yeah, we was on the man. I used to spray his curl. Like I was the dude who sprayed his curl. You see him when he step up there and it's always fresh. That was me. Look at the pictures. There I go, right there. Behind, yeah, right,
right there. There I go, right there. No, so now, what I was going with, I was like, we just gotta be careful with how we talk, and you know, we all human beings, so we're not gonna always be on point all the time.
And mind you, Pastor IU was high.
Oh, he was high.
Yeah, okay. He kept talking. He was hitting the vape on the video.
Yeah, I got to talk to Pastor IU, man. I don't know if he added me back to his friend list or not. He's sending me information, but
no, bro, he was trying to get you in the show.
Yeah. I got to talk to him. Well, Pastor IU, I love you, man. I hope you still, you know, we ain't gonna get into your issues here, but you know, you always in my prayers, man. See, what I was saying, just to cap it off, is just like, yo, we just gotta be careful because words mean something, obviously. Because I don't know if we ever talked about nigger versus nigga. Like, yo, I hate when people be like, yo, we took the power from the word back. It's like, no, you didn't, nigga.
Deacon, we use Jesse on this show.
No, you didn't.
No, Jesse is the equivalent to the N-word.
No, you didn't, because if a white person said you're gonna be bent out of shape, so you didn't take the word back. It still mean the same thing. It is that perspective and who it's coming from. But you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it still mean the same thing. And I, you know, y'all lit me up at the hustle for that when I was
just about to say I'm in that camp again too, because I love the N-word.
Yeah.
My family, and that's where Jesse came from, because my mom was like, look, y'all using that too much. And I was one of them like, man, it's a term of endearment. You can't tell me what word I'm going to use. And I'd be on panels dropping the N-word. I had to check myself.
You gotta go with Jesse. I like Jesse, man.
Yeah.
Jesse, if people don't know, they don't know. So they like, yo, what is this dude saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Corey hit us with, he rode with the wrong Jesse when I was saying,
what did he say?
Go Jay-Z.
A real book or something.
Yeah, he went with the wrong Jesse. That was funny. So I think we coming up on an hour. How long we gonna stick? Well, we got like 10 minutes to go. You supposed to stick with the hour, bro.
We gotta get our topics. We ain't talked about nothing. We did hit credit. What was the other topic?
We hit credit. We hit the Falcon joint.
So we got shout out to Corey because he put some good stuff in the box. Apparently, they got another one coming out, Captain America 4, wrote by the same black writer. So that's dope, man. What else we had?
We had you wanted to talk about it was that I think we touched everything, but you wanted to talk about, you had hit me with in the email, you want to talk about the self-care, self-vacation.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you read the article? Oh, and it was supposed to be HBCUs versus PWI.
HBCUs versus PWI. Let's get into it, and we can say
look, you just winging it, Jesse. I'm thinking.
You know what it is? Because I moved to office, right? I usually write it down, but I spent the time getting set up in the new office, and I didn't write it down. I just whatever.
Jesse's going Jesse.
Jesse's going Jesse. Jesse's going Jesse when they can. Okay.
We going out on that. So the self-empowerment, what is her name? Tracee Ellis Ross.
Yeah. So she said so let's the background. So you go on vacation every year for how long by yourself?
For like anywhere from 5 to 7 days. I typically go to Jamaica by myself and just have some books to read and relax and, you know, come back feeling empowered. But it takes, when you by yourself, people be looking at you strange, like, oh, you know, maybe the wife or the side piece had to cancel the trip, or you different. Yeah. You're just very different. And people not, what she talks about is people not accustomed to that, because we who does that go to a great place just to enjoy it for themselves. It is kind of selfish, but it is very, what her article talks about is very empowering. And she had the same mentality that I tried to teach my son. If you not your best company, like something's wrong with you. Like if you can't be alone by yourself, and I'm to an extent an extrovert. I tell people I'm an introverted extrovert. So
yo, stop stealing. You stole that from me, bro. Man, you start giving me credit, yo.
That's in the book. I'm gonna give you credit. Oh, black love. We definitely got to talk about black men love because my wife been hitting me all week. But she talks about how self-empowering it was, and I just felt like, see, I've been trying to tell y'all this woman living a good life. Maybe y'all like you used to do, like you try to tell us stuff, but we ain't want to listen to somebody who a little bit more learned in our eyes or that we respect actually put it out there. Then you post something on Facebook like, but the white man ice is colder or something like that. So you know how that feel. You know how that feel when you kind of like vindicated, because I have been telling people, man, you need to take care of yourself. Take a trip to Jamaica by yourself. I found I have the best adventures when I am by myself. I don't need no homeboys. I did it once with like Jai and Chica. That was cool, but I was like, man, y'all too much. I need to go back. I didn't get as much read and accomplished as I wanted on the trip, but it's very empowering. And if you ain't your best company, you should go see a therapist. And I don't mean that jokingly. I mean that like without the taboo. Like you should find out why I'm not comfortable.
What's the name? Just dropped the 50th law. Like I said, I just moved to the office, so I got to put my books back up. But he just dropped the 50th. I got that.
We gotta have a stack of books next to us as we do this. That's why I was getting mine ready. Like, man, this is good information in this place, y'all.
Yeah. So you know what's crazy?
Put Corey's comments up so they can see that. Producer. Okay. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So but please donate. Y'all see the Cash App joint coming by. We put money behind this thing now because we stepped it up all the way up. We got the paid programs and all that. So please, if you are enjoying the show, please think about donating. Next week I have like some Patreon or something up so we can all, keep this all the money. So below a certain amount going back into the show. Once we start getting them big checks, we splitting that though.
Hey, audience. Yeah. He really turning into a deacon right now, ain't he?
Yeah, I pass that collection plate.
Got to invest in the kingdom.
Yeah. I'm gonna have the building fund. What's that? The building fund. We're gonna have a building fund. A Pastor Moody. What you pass out for? The building fund, the donations, the tithes, all that. We having all that. So
he gonna have a love offering show.
Love offering, all that. So what was I going? What was the
love? Point? Speaking of love. Because you said that you want to do an hour, we got to hit on some topics. This might get a little deep on y'all. So I hit the Travis. I said we got to talk about love. And here's why. The Travis don't know none of this. So you and I must have been talking late one evening real quick. You may have just dropped me a note or a message or something to see if we was going to do it. But I was in the bed and I was charging my AirPods, so I just put you on speakerphone because I don't like my hands tied up. And my wife was. I know
where you're going with it already, but go ahead.
After the call, you was right. All right, man, I love you, bruh. And I was like, I love you too. And we hung up. My wife, she look, her eyes got watery and crap. She was like, oh. That's so beautiful. She wasn't being facetious either. I thought she was trying to clown me, Yeah. She was like, "That's so beautiful. He told you he loved you, and you responded with, I love you back. You don't do that. I'm not used to seeing your sensitive side, man." She was trying to give me some play after that, based on all of this. So I had to mess it up. I was like the dude in Talladega Nights when things get too nice. I'm toxic. Get off me, whatever. You trying to tease me or something. Yeah. And she kept bringing it up throughout the week like that's growth. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I probably wouldn't tell another black man that I love him unless it's like real love. And I was like, this is between me and DeTravius. This is real love. DeTravius was the most skeptical person. DeTravius, and I'm talking about DeTravius to y'all. He already knows himself, but I'm sharing with y'all Charlie's perspective. This was the biggest sniper in law school, side joke, cut up will try to dig you. Most people didn't even understand because he's so learned that he'd be cutting them up. But I knew when he would try to come for me, cut him up. And we kind of from the same culture where we go for your throat. And like this fight ain't gonna last long. I'm gonna get left. We don't fight fair. And I was like, babe, me and DeTravis' relationship has grown because I haven't judged him. I accept him for who he is. He accepts me for who I am. And look at the fact that he even asked me to pray on the cause. Like he's seeing the God in me, and he's loving that. It ain't Charlie because he know I'm flawed. I'm a Jesse. And so black men, why are we so uncomfortable? And I used to fall in this category and probably still fall in this category. I ain't too quick to tell another black man I love him. Even if I do love him, I'm not just freely offering I love you out there. That's not like one or peace. That's not the average end of a phone call. And that was what was so impactful. So I guess DeTravius, now give your perspective. Tell us why you said you love a brother. And do you normally tell other brothers like, yo, I love you, and you comfortable with that? I blame rap.
I blame rap. Yeah, that's one of my sayings. So blame rap is a little I'm gonna give people the inside information on that one too. While I'll be putting blame rap. Part of it is you can blame rap for everything, but it's a double meaning behind it while I'll be doing that. But anyway, so just a background information. I don't know if it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I said I'm gonna be conscious with telling black men specifically that I do actually love, that I love them and appreciate them. And the reason why I came to that conclusion, it was just like, yo, we get so much, like the world tell us we ain't S all day, every day, whether it's from the media, from our own people, from the other gender, same gender. Like you'll get people like, because it's easy and celebrated to say black men ain't trash. I mean, black men are trash. Like that's you could make a whole living off just saying black men are trash. Yeah,
clearly drop his name, say his name. New DeTravius Deacon. He made a whole career. We done already talked about him. Tell the people.
Who you thinking of? I'm thinking of multiple people. I've seen it.
The Jesse who literally made a career of saying black men ain't nothing, and then got caught.
Homie. What's his name? Derek Jackson with it.
Derek Jackson, yes.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It's you, like you said, you can make a whole career, you can make millions of dollars of it. And it just was like, yo, for me, like I'm beyond the point where I'm trying to change micro versus macro, how we was talking about before. Like I'm not trying to change things on the macro level no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm older rather, and you know what I'm saying, like my energy is more like stuff that I could directly impact, like that type of stuff. I mean, you didn't tell me that. Obviously you told us on the show, but like that is the butterfly effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she was felt a certain type of way from saying wanted to give you someone. I don't know if y'all made another kid or not that night, but she went. I'm saying, like,
she just texted me and said, "I'm gonna ring your name."
What's up, Tierra? How you doing? So I said, "What up?" And it was just one of those things where I talked to Corey, I talked to Jason, and usually when I end the call, I really love. I ain't gonna just be saying it I'm not facetious with it. Like if I tell them, yo, I love and I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think like you never know like how that's gonna affect somebody that's just be beaten down, or just they don't even necessarily gotta be beaten down by the world. They just be having a bad day. Like damn, like yo, homie said I appreciate, because I really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like because I realized that. Yo, you don't got to do this call with me. You don't got to hit me with, because we've been talking about, yo, you've been telling me to step up for years now, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily got to tell me to do that. You know what I'm saying? I like you said, I don't necessarily got to have you on the show. I don't got to talk to you, but like, yo, when you see somebody and you love and appreciate them, tell them. One, you'll never know if you're gonna have a chance to do it, and then also it's just like we just don't hear it. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up without my father, so I really started paying attention to, like, I never knew my father. You know what I'm saying? When I had my son, I really started like paying attention. I was paying attention before, but really started paying attention like the signals and the words that I'm saying and the actions that I'm doing. I ain't saying I'm perfect. So don't run with that. I'm still learning and like everybody else doing. But
you sounding like you sitting on the right hand of God right now, Deacon. I see growth, man. I love you.
Yeah. I love you too, bro.
For real. I love you. And you can know that your statement had the impact that it was supposed to have. And, you know, if you're going for the butterfly effect, it worked. I'm going to start using that for the people that I really want to be encouraged. And I do got a brother I do tell I love. And I do a show like this with him. We teach Bible class together on Sundays and Wednesdays. And legit, I love the brother. I done seen his growth. Just like I'm watching your growth and you've seen me grow. I went from FUBU to big baggy pants. I couldn't determine if I was going to dress like a Baltimorean or somebody from Jackson, Mississippi, you know, like I probably would have judged me too. Like this is a country bumpkin, you know, first day of law school, but I love you. I see your growth and that had the impact. I'm going to continue to do that as well. For brothers. So that's a beautiful story, bro. So you making change, man, because I wasn't the type to do, and that was what she was so shocked by. Like, you say you love me to me, and I don't love you. I'm just
and it was crazy. So it was
Snoop Dogg.
You know what's crazy is like you know what's crazy is that when I first started doing it, it was the awkward silence on the other end when I first started doing it. But now all my friends know that I'm gonna say it, so it ain't awkward no more. You know what I'm saying? I just think we gotta normalize, like, just like, yo, I love you, bro. Checking on people, like, yo, you doing good. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I never one of the reasons why I never went in on IU when he was going through his thing, or we had a couple people going through their things, and I was like, yo, I'm not participating in that. You know what I'm saying? Although he thought I did, but he hit me. He didn't think, but somebody else did. It was like, yo, so-and-so was trying to get me to go at you, but I knew it wasn't you. I got the screenshots of everybody that was going at me. I said, all right, long as you know. I was trying to get him a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna end it with this, with the blame rap, where blame rap come from. So I've been saying blame rap for a long time. So what I'm noticing in society is that anything that's wrong with society, you can almost blame rap for it, yo. Like, yo. Like, yo.
Rap is a lot. We don't understand the impact. But look, I don't feel like telling another black man I love him because of Snoop Dogg. So blame rap.
So blame rap. So there is some validity to it, depending on what you talk about. But I also said blame rap is also, I'm giving the joke away. I mean, it ain't really no joke, but I'm giving the secret away. It's also, I use it in place of blame black dudes, basically. Because you could blame black dudes for damn near anything too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like, yo, the black community is trash. Oh, it's all black dudes' faults. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. But that's basically where it came from. But I just gave y'all the secret. So yeah. So if y'all enjoy the show, we about to take us out in prayer. You about to take us out in prayer, Deacon. Let me see. Do y'all have any last parting questions that we can get into right now? So we're not gonna Marius, he said HBUs RPWIs. We ain't gonna address that right now. You got tune in next week. Because I feel like that's one of those. I feel like you one of them ADOS or whatever people like ADOS, and you going down the rabbit hole and trying to make distinctions and black people or Negro opinions and all that. We ain't going through that. We'll talk about that next week. But I'm glad you put the comment in. I think part of it is that. I think part of it is that rap is one of the ultimate reflections of society. Anything good or bad that's going on makes its way into the music.
Because it's art, almost like a journal of what's going on. I could dig it. I got something for you.
The 4 agreements. Yeah. That's in the list too. The 4 agreements. Yeah. Oh, we want to talk about the book. The book. I listened to it. You finished it, right? About insight.
Yep.
So the official name of the book, I haven't updated the book list on that. It's Seeing What Others Don't: The Remarkable Ways We Gain Insight by Gary Klein. What did you take away from it? And I'll tell you what I took away from the book.
So I listened to the whole audio book about. I finished it last week, so it ain't fresh on my mind because I'm listening to the 4 agreements. And I'm waiting on my hardcover. I ordered the hardcover, but on Amazon, but it's supposed to come like Wednesday or something like that. I remember he said there's contradictions. Tamara says she need a discount code for that.
Yeah. So you know what? Yeah. You know what? The discount because
that's not.
You know what? Because she was focused on it. The discount is gonna be your first name, but it ain't set up yet, so don't buy it yet.
Jesse, but I'm glad she stuck around for the whole show. Hey, you a real one for that. She wants the discount code, so we're gonna make sure that's one of those things in the 4 agreements. Make sure your word is impeccable. So I know the Travius gonna stand on that and make sure his word is impeccable. But going back to the insight book, he said you could get insights from contradictions, looking very closely at contradictions and studying why. And I forgot the other 2 ways, but I thought it was generally overall a good book. That's why I ordered the hard copy. I'm gonna go back.
You order the hard copy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to it again. But this time when I listen to it, I'm gonna highlight the book and have the points because I gotta type it up. That's gonna be some stuff that I put in my book.
Yeah, so it's funny. It's funny that we be connected like that, right? Because I said I had to get the hard copy of the book because it's one of those books that you listen to, but I feel like I needed a hard copy and make notes. It's something that I feel like I'm gonna have to go to multiple times. It's not something that you read or listen to once and that's it.
What I found with myself is if you make a point by using an example or telling a story of something that I could relate to, like the richest man in Babylon, even the 4 agreements kind of do that type of stuff. It's in the 50th law. The 50th law is a perfect example. The major points I remember because of 50 Cent's life, I could relate to. Those stories resonate with me, they stick with me. The rest of Robert Greene's stories, like he be talking about Queen Elizabeth, all of these European people of significance to some extent and historical significance, but they don't mean that much to me. The ones I remember is like Napoleon. I remember about Napoleon and the stories and the points made on his life because that seems to go across several books that I've read on that type of stuff. But if it ain't a story that I could relate to or a character that I could relate to, it just
Yeah. So what I got from it, it's multiple things I got from it, man. It's just really just the most important thing. I think that if people read it or not, for me, it was just like, yo, you got to be in the game, though. Like you can't get those insights by playing the sidelines and playing it safe. You know what I mean? And like the insight comes from making mistakes. The insight comes with dealing with those contradictions. The insight comes from what's another thing he had? The black swans and what he was saying, like those are the insights. It's not, and he has like the arrow point, like he said human beings and organizations tend to like try to eliminate the problems, eliminate the mistakes, and he's like, nah, that's not where insight comes from. Insight basically comes from like, you got to be out there challenging new stuff and doing new things. But it's definitely something that I'm going to get the hard copy of because I listened to it.
You gave me some insight. You're right. That was the reason why, because he's always referring to the up arrow and the down arrow. Yeah. If you've never seen the chart, it's like that just kind of go.
Yeah, it goes over. Yeah. What you're talking about? But yeah, man. So let me see what we got. We got anything else? So Chimera enjoyed the show.
Thank you, Chimera.
Thank you, Chimera, for tuning in and staying to the
Deacon
end.
said, send your love offering. That discount he gonna give you reinvested back in the kingdom.
So the book name. So the book name is, I have it right here because I was it's called Seeing What Others Don't: The Remarkable Ways We Gain Insight by Gary Klein. And I'm gonna put it in. I didn't update the link that's in the show for this one, but I will. But yeah, it's a great book. I listened to it. I'm gonna actually buy the hard copy and mark it up. But it's one of those things that we always give a book. That's one of the things that we agreed to. We're gonna give a book. We're gonna either review a book or some book recommendations. I believe books are one of the best adventures ever, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to be the Jesse. They say you want to hire something from a Jesse. You do what? You put it in the book. But I think we did an hour 15, bro. So you gotta take us out with the prayer.
I got you. Which reminds me, I'm glad because I listened to the 4 agreements and I didn't have it. It came quick on Amazon. But at the end, I remember listening. He had a great prayer in there where he talks about, and I hope I'm not getting this book mixed up with another one I'm listening to, The Pilgrimage, but it talked about closing your eyes. So I want everybody to do this. I do this with my students, but I didn't do it to the extent thinking about what they was doing. So close your eyes, just get real calm and take in a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through your nose slowly and exhale through your mouth. Now, think about this. As you doing that and you breathing, somebody somewhere in the world took their last breath at the same time you did it. But you continuing to breathe. That is a gift. Whether you believe it or not from God, you don't have to work. And to do that, even to take a deep breath, you know how many systems in your body has to be working perfectly. We understand it when we get a cold and we get congested with all kind of snot, or if you allergic to pollen and one of your nostrils is clogged up or whatever. You really do appreciate that, being able to breathe like that. What we don't do is stop in the middle of the hustle and bustle of our lives and just appreciate that gift. And one of these books I read, I'll let you guys know, talked about as you inhale, imagine all the love from everything around you in nature, your family. Imagine all that love hitting your lungs at the same time that you're breathing in. That's what you're breathing in. You're breathing in love and you exhaling love. And we take that stuff for granted. All right. What you think about that, Detrav? And Thornell says credit repair is a grift. We're going to put a sick there. And yes, we agree it's a gift. And credit repair, we wasn't knocking credit repair by any means, everybody. Please understand that goes to the point of what I was saying. They're not obligated to take nothing off your credit report. Like they could slip on that and be good. You got to come knocking. And so there is a service for those people that even though you can do that yourself, you may not have the time and the patience. And so
so let me be clear, because I don't know how long he been on. Somebody else said like credit repair. I never said credit repair doesn't work. I said what I did. I'm a lawyer now. We know. I try to be
Joel. Wait.
His mother call him Joel. I'm calling him Joel. Now, what's up, Joel? So let me just end real quick. So for people so what I said was, if it's something that's legal on your credit report, there's no credit repair stuff that's going to take that off if it's legally on you. If you owe the money, you owe the money. Like stuff that, obviously that's owed, that's a mistake, you could come up. But if you're paying somebody at $600,000 or whatever they charging for you to raise your credit score, and they promising you that they're going to do, take stuff off that's on there, that's on, like, it's not going to happen, yo. It's not going to happen. It might come off for a month, but it's going to be right back on your credit report. So I'm not even telling you to buy my book. Now, what I'm saying is you got to do your own research in it. And the overall point was, I think that me and Charlie agreed to, is that if you can't afford it, you probably shouldn't be putting on credit. If you can't pay cash for it, you probably shouldn't be putting on credit. Those are the overall stuff that I hope you took away from the conversation. If not, I just told you what to take away from it. One, that if it's legal, if it's legally a debt on your credit report, you can't get it removed. And
hard stop.
Hard stop. And if you can't pay cash for it, you probably shouldn't be buying it.
That's an opinion that we agree on.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can't pay cash for it, you probably shouldn't buy it. With the exception of, we said the house, I said education, and I said car, and you said no car. So those are the 3 exceptions. So outside of that, y'all do what y'all want with the information. we gave it to y'all. I just been crystal clear, I hope. But maybe I need to drop a white man's quote right here. And you know the white man's ice is colder, brother. But all right. Take us out with a prayer, man.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Creator, Heavenly Father, maker of the universe, maker of us. However, those who are on this webcast, watching this webisode believe, we know that there is intelligent design, and we attribute that to you, and we just say thank you. We thank you for your patience, your grace and mercy that you've displayed on Detravius and I for allowing us to make it to this point in life, to have this type of conversation, to try to have a positive impact, Lord, for your glory. We thank you for sending your son to die on the cross for us while we were yet sinners, to show us a great example of what we should strive for, how we should live, and to share just wisdom with us. We thank you for preserving that wisdom. Lord, we just pray that you forgive us. We humbly come acknowledging that we are sinners. We need a savior. We haven't figured everything out. We don't have it all together. But we need you. We appreciate any assistance that you can send us. Help us to be strong. Help us to continue to spread love. Help us to love ourselves. Help us to know that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that you can use us for your purpose. And we just pray that we can always stay open to your purpose. Help us never to get too high, never to get too low. Be with our people who are suffering as a community in this world. We just pray that you help us all on our micro level to make the world a better place for all those that we encounter. Help us to be a blessing wherever we go. We pray that you bless this webisode, podcast, whatever we gonna call it, Lord. We pray that the seeds which we are scattering, that they will take root in those who may be ignorant, or those that are looking to learn, looking to apply. And we just pray that you bless us. In your precious son, Jesus' name we pray. Let the church say, amen.
Yeah. And one last thing, we got the plate coming out for the offering, the Cash App. Y'all see it right there. But thanks, that's a great. I seen you dropped the micro joint in there.
The micro.
Yeah.
Because it impacted. I'm trying to tell you all week. I've been hearing it, and I'm like, babe, is you clowning me or you what? But she was for real.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Corey, that's my man. I love Corey, yo. That's my Corey always supporting, yo. Corey be spending that bread. He be sharing when he can. Like I said, we don't always agree, but y'all don't agree 100% with anybody. But I love that guy, man. He always
I might have to buy some shoes from Corey. That's your hustle, Corey. You be
Corey.
I need J's.
Yeah, no, he definitely on it. So Corey was the person that made me. He was like the straw that broke the camel's back. That was like, yo, I really gotta do my show, because he was doing the show for a minute, and I kept telling him like, yo, you started and you kept going. Now he got like 15,000 shows under the brand, but I don't know how he got the time, but he got it. But anyway, until the next time, man. If y'all listening, I hope you enjoyed the show. If you're watching it and you're listening. And as always, please like, rate. I guess you can't rate this. Yeah, like, rate, review, because it's going to be on some type of audio. And if you feel it in your heart, please donate to our Cash App. Mine is D Bethea, DBETHEA. 2008. His is King Bingham, KINGBINGHAM.
Instagram Charlie Bingham Jr. Facebook Charlie Bingham Jr.
All that good stuff.
www.charliebinghamjr.com. We're going to throw it in there. The Death of Mr. Goodgame.com. The Little Brown Bible Storybook.com. We got
a lot of .coms, bro. You know what? We're going to talk behind the scenes, because we got to streamline your stuff.
All right. Let's do we going out on our theme song after the prayer.
Yeah. Hey, Mama Bingham, how you doing?
If they ain't about truth, then you might have to check them. Don't need if you left. Oh boy. If they ain't about business.
So where can they get this song?
I'm out.
That's an exclusive. I think we're gonna make that up. What they call it, the NFT. You want to a non-fungible token? We are auction the song. Niggas gonna nig if you let them up.
Yeah.
I got
it, man. But go ahead, take us out. Let it rock for like a minute. I gotta use the bathroom. When I come back, I'm just gonna end the joint. All right.
All right.
If they ain't about truth, you might have to tell them. Niggas gon' nig if you let them. If they boys in blue, then you might have to red them. Cause niggas gon' nig if you let them. Got the block so tight that you might have to wet them. Think you bad still, mad real. Give you a bad feel like you live in Cashville. Oh man, I need a Advil. Niggas gon' nig if you let them. If they ain't about business, then you might have to tell them. I'm niggas gon' nig if you let them. If they ain't about truth, then you might have to check them. Niggas gon' nig if you let them. If they ain't about business, then you might have to tell them. Niggas gon' nig if you let them. If they ain't about truth, then you might have to check them.
We just got side projects over here, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. All of that good stuff. Hopefully these. Don't forget to put in the comments any topics y'all want us to talk about. Otherwise, as you can see, me and Detravius, we just kind of go based on what we encountered in the week and what's going on. And if you're out there, the women always get a lot of love. Love on black men. Tell a black man today that you love them. And shout out Detravius just because. Just find a random black man that you love and just remind them we love you. All right, Detravius, it was a good one, brother. We can't hear you. You muted.
I was checking to see what you was saying, but yeah, we out, man. Yeah, tune in next week, same time, same place. Peace.